Hey everybody, today we're cooking a cassoulet. Fairly simple to do. It's all build. Then once you've got it built, which doesn't take very long, once you've got it built, it's just forget about it, you know? Very easy to do. So, first thing we gotta do, of course, cassoulet it's a traditional bean dish. It usually uses fancy Frenchy beans, some Italian beans, usually a larger size bean, about a ½ inch or so, or a centimeter or bigger, depending on your measurement system. I went to my local store and they didn't have any of those, so I've got Great Northerns. You got navy beans, you got lima beans, use whatever you need. That's one thing about cooking, is there's always a substitution. And I've got a couple of them in this dish. Okay, first thing we gotta do is we gotta get everything prepped to go into the pot. Now normally, you're gonna use one of those enamel, well traditionally, you're gonna use one of those enamel coated cast iron, beautiful pots that cost an arm and a leg, and then another arm and a leg. Those, yeah, you can do that, but again, this is gonna take a while to cook. So, you know how much I trust Sparky over there. She's not too good. She's at the end of her life. It happens. Well, you also know that I have a affinity towards my slow cooker. That's what we're gonna use. So we're just gonna build all of it into here. Easy money. Oh, by the way, don't forget, like, subscribe, share, smash notifications, leave a comment, you know, smash all the buttons. So first thing we're gonna start off with, it's over in the sink draining. I soaked about a pound of beans last night. Again, Great Northerns, navies. So, pound of beans, go right in there. Again, I soaked these off overnight. It's just gonna cut the cooking time for a while. So everything is gonna go into this. So I'm just gonna set it right here and we'll work on everything else. So first thing we gotta do, we gotta render off some bacon. Traditionally, they're gonna use salt pork or fat back or something like that. Again, I went to my grocery store, they didn't have it, so I got bacon. So we'll render that off. We'll want this nice and crisp. You want to make sure that this is all good and crisp, because if you don't, it'll never get good and crisp in here. So you can watch if you want to, but I'm going to skip ahead. Okay, the bacon's ready. I'm going to put that in there. Okay, next thing to go in there, I've got some smoked sausage. I believe this is Andouille, can't remember. That goes in there. We're gonna render that out a little bit. I kept the fat in there. We're not gonna use it. We're gonna use it mostly for cooking. We'll give this a few minutes. Get a nice little sear on that. And then we'll go on to the next one. Okay, the sausage is pretty much ready. Just wanted a little bit of a sear, rendered a little bit of the fat out of it. That goes into the pot. Next item. Drumsticks. Chicken drumsticks. These need to be seasoned first. The bacon and the sausage, they didn't need to be seasoned. This does. So just go a little bit of salt and pepper. And we'll pop them in the pan. Get a little bit of a sear on those. And we'll season the backside of them. I'll get a nice sear on these and then we'll put that in the pot. Okay, chicken's got a little bit of a sear on it. It goes in there. This is actually my third substitution I've made in this dish. All the recipes I've looked at, all the recipes I've done before, use duck confit. Now, we've made duck confit in here before, but I didn't have time to make it and I'm out. Duck confit doesn't last very long around here. So, let's get our aromatics going. I'm just gonna let the residual heat take this. I've got about a half an onion, about a quarter cup of, well, I'm gonna give it a little bit more heat. While that's sauteing, I'm just going to, well, smash up this garlic. Got about 5 cloves of garlic. Just a rough chop. Doesn't have to be anything spectacular. So while we're doing that, I'm gonna start adding more flavor into here, into the pot. I've got thyme. I've got about 5 sprigs of thyme. Throw that in there, spread it around. Bay leaves, 2 of them. This one is kind of optional. I like it, but you don't have to put it in there. And Ancho Chili. This isn't traditional. Take the stem out, take the seeds out. Tear it up a bit, and just pop it in there. I've got one more secret ingredient coming up, but that I'm going to put in near the end because it won't hold up. Yeah, I think I'm ready for my garlic. I didn't want to get a whole lot of color or anything like that. I just want them to get started cooking. in all that lovely fat. I've got chicken, I've got bacon, and I've got sausage in that fat. So there's a lot of flavor in there. Pop in my garlic. We're just gonna give this a couple seconds, 30 seconds or so. It's not gonna take long to cook this garlic, and you don't wanna burn garlic. Burnt garlic is bad. Okay, these are going on. Just gonna put them down on top. Spread them around a little bit. Here we go. Now it's ready to go on the pot, but I've got some other things to add to it. Chicken stock. Just enough to cover the beans, maybe halfway up the chicken that's sitting on top. And I've got, this is a quart, about a quart. And that brings me up halfway. You'll notice I have another quart. I brought that over here. Just in case I need to top it off. It might happen. Because this is gonna cook for a long, slow time. Now, if you do have one of those fancy Dutch ovens that you want to do in the oven, feel free to do that. Into the crock pot. Next time you see me, I'll be adding in my secret ingredient. There's a southern dish very similar to cassoulet. It's called Hoppin' John. It consists of black-eyed peas, which is a bean, not a pea, sausage, and usually greens. So let me show you how to quickly disassemble this green here. I fold it over like this, and then just tear it up the stem. Now you can tear these up. I'd wash them a bit. I'm just gonna chop them real rough. I'm gonna wash these, then I'm gonna pop them in. Okay, we've got everything done now. This is, it smells incredible in here. The smell of the thyme, the chicken, all that stuff is just really showing through. Can this be made vegetarian? Well, easily. Swap out the chicken stock, use veggie stock. Don't put in the sausage or the bacon or the chicken. All three of those are, well, anti-vegetarian, I guess you could call it. Get some root vegetables like parsnips. I love parsnips. If I had some parsnips, they would have been in here. Either way. Rutabagas, turnips. I go a little bit light on those. I'm not a big fan on those, but they're good as a little bit, you know. They're good in small portions, I guess you could say. Celeriac, also delicious in this. Try, say, a portobello mushroom or two. You know, take the stem off, scrape out the gills, chop them up, throw them in this, and you've got a delicious vegetarian option. But for now, I've got the chicken, I've got sausage in here, I got bacon in here. I'm good with that. Hope you enjoyed this. Remember, like, subscribe, share, smash all the buttons down there, except for the dislike, not the dislike. And this is Cassoulet.